Oh, hello. There you are. I got this newspaper here. You wonder why I'm reading the newspaper? It's a very special newspaper. Put on a good vibe for the rest of the playoffs here. Look at this one. This is the LA Times the day after the Dodgers won the 1988 World Series. Just happens to be a special Times supplement. Dodgers 88, season to remember, the world champions. There they are. And of course they do the whole spread on, they call it Blue Grit. It's dated October 24th, 1988. And of course, we all know what happened in 1988, don't we? Yes, we do. They were world champions. That guy right there, he was the MVP that year. And that guy right there, he was a Cy Young Award winner. And the rest, as they say, is history. Start the show. Yeah, it's play ball, but not time for Dodger baseball. It's play ball, but not time for Dodger baseball. They're playing tomorrow. I'm recording the show tonight. Happens to be the 15th of October, which is Wednesday night. So they're on their way home. They're playing tomorrow. We'll get to what times and all that stuff and who's pitching. We'll do that in just a few minutes. But you know who you are. I'm Randy, and you know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. And today's the 15th, the Ides of October. No. All right. In the news, of course, unless you're under a rock somewhere and you don't know what's going on, or you happen to be in Rio. I know a couple people in Rio right now. Dodgers take both games in Milwaukee to open the 2025 NLCS, and I love it. No calls, please. No calls, please. Yeah, I said no calls. Yeah, no calls. No calls. We're not taking calls. Anyway, in game one, Blake Snell did his thing and shut down those non-strikeout Brewers by going 8 innings. He went 8 innings. He allowed 1 hit, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and allowed 0 walks in 103 pitches. Wow! Woo! Does anybody need to say any more about this guy? I mean, how do you do better than that? Well, you turn the page to the next day in game 2, we found out how you do better than that. Yoshi Yamamoto was the first postseason complete game since then Astro Justin Verlander against the Yankees in 2017 ALCS Game 2 on the same date, October 14th. How crazy is that? And how do you do better than Blake Snell? Well, Yoshi went all 9 innings, thank you very much, gave up only 3 hits and 1 run. Well, he didn't do better in that department. Had 7 Ks, 1 walk in 111 pitches. Tip my hat to that guy. It's the first for the Dodgers in the postseason since Jose Lima in 2004 NLDS Game 3. First time that's happened where a guy went all 9 innings, complete game. It's also the first by a Japanese-born pitcher in a postseason game. And, of course, the Blue came through with 5 big runs, including 2 home runs, which we're going to hear now by both Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy. Let's hear Muncy's. No, let's hear Teoscar.
3-2 to Hernandez. And a high fly ball into left field. That is way back there. And that is going to be a gone home run. We are tied. Hernandez, like Freeman yesterday, hits a towering fly ball home run out of here. Hernandez with his 4th home run this postseason, his 10th RBI.
Wow, Teoscar. Keep up the good work, Teoscar. Teo's on fire. All right, and the other guy in the 6th inning, Max Muncy, did something very special. We'll tell you about in just a second. Hit it, Max.
In his postseason career that is now at 70 games, 13 playoff home runs, 34 driven in, when it counts the most. Another 3-2, Muncy into center field. Frida turns and runs. That ball's deep. Frida jumps, and it is up and out of here. Max Muncy A home run to center field with 2 outs and 2 strikes. And it's 3-1 Dodgers.
Woo, baby! That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. And with that, Max became, well, you'll hear it later again. He has hit more home runs in the postseason than any Dodger in history in postseason play. Of course, postseason play that they're talking about to gain all these extra at-bats and stuff didn't start till 1969 with divisional series and extra postseason play. So you can't really call it apples and apples to the earlier eras because you never got that many chances. You only had the World Series as postseason. Now they got 4 or 5 levels of playoffs. But anyway, Max Muncy now is your home run champion for the Dodgers. He has 14 postseason home runs. That's the most that any Dodger has ever had in postseason play. All right, let's get to some fun stuff. If that's not fun enough, I don't know what is. Woo! I don't know if you guys heard this one because in all the hoopla that's going on, the 2025 Rawlings Gold Glove Award finalists were announced on Wednesday, with the winners set to be unveiled on ESPN on Sunday, November 2nd. Well, each league has 3 finalists at each position, including the utility spot, which was awarded for the first time in 2022. That's one of the newer awards. So the Dodgers now have 2 nominees this season. And here they are. Mookie Betts at shortstop. Tell me he doesn't deserve it, huh? He's unbelievable at short. And for the utility spot, Miggy Rowe, baby, Miguel Rojas. That's unbelievable. Good luck, guys. I hope we get some Dodger Gold Glove winners this year. It's always a blast when that happens. All right, we got some shout-outs. Boy, do we have shout-outs. Hold on to your hats. Today we have shout-outs going out to a lot of people. Let's see. Can I name all these guys at once? I think so. Let's see. Yvonne M., Moody R., Danny S., Roberto L., Joe S., Bong F., Greg R., Felix F. from Baldwin Park. Hey, say hi to Baldwin Park for us, Felix. Dre M., Wayne B., Jor G., Richard G., Alma V., Ricardo G., Maria P., Ace G., Terry B., Roger Yee, and you and me, and Fox Jabri, who's Fox Cali because he is El Zorro. Thank you all, and a tip of the Dodger hat to everybody who's joining us today and always here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends to watch. Tell them to like us on Facebook. Tell them to subscribe and hit the button in YouTube. We're always talking Dodger Blue. And welcome aboard to all the newbies. We got a lot of newbies. All right, shout out for all the newbies. Thank you. And glad to have you in here with us watching Let's Talk Dodgers. This date in history, boy, there's so many things that happen on this date, but we're going to give you something you don't usually hear about. Well, no, you know what? This is the biggest one. We got to go with this. On this date, October 15th, this is a big one, not the big one. On this date in 2017, October 15th, that sounds familiar. On the 29th anniversary of Gibson's blast, Justin Turner follows Gibson into franchise folklore when he hits a postseason walk-off 3-run home run job in the 12th inning of LA's 4-1 victory over the Cubs in Game 2 of the NLCS. Remember, that was 2017. And I think I have that one. Would you guys like to hear that? Let's see if I can find it. Justin Turner. Do I have Turner? I'm pretty sure I got him in here somewhere. Let's find it. Turner. I think I put it in here. Come on, where is it? Yes, here it is. Would you like to hear it? Let's hear it. Let's hear it together.
And now Turner has a chance to win it.
And Turner in the air to center field. That ball's hit well. Martinez on the run. This is way back, and it is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner.
The Dodgers are up 2-0, and they are going crazy.
Justin Turner with his first career walk-off home run, regular season or postseason, as the Dodgers win it 4-1 and take a 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, that was cool. Very exciting. 2017. And by the way, as we just mentioned a minute ago, Justin Turner had been the Dodgers' all-time franchise leader in home runs in the postseason with 13. Max just got his 14th, so put that all together like that. All right, we got a million stats of the day. We're going to try not to stat you to death, but we got some really good ones. I tried to pick out the ones I like the best. First of all, the Dodgers are the first team with back-to-back starts of at least 8 innings in the postseason since the 2016 Giants. That's when they had Mad Bum, Madison Bumgarner in the wild card game, and Johnny Cueto in the NLDS Game 1. It's the first time a team has done this in consecutive games in the same series since the 2010 Giants in the World Series Game 4 and 5, Bumgarner and Tim Lincecum. I remember those guys all too well. Last time the Dodgers had consecutive starts of at least 8 innings in the postseason, that'd be 1988 in Games 1 and 2. NLCS, remember who they were? Tim Belcher in Game 1, Oral Hershiser in Game 2. That's right. I was at both of those games, so I got to see it, and that's absolutely right. The Dodgers are the 5th team in the past 50 years to have starters go at least 8 innings and allow 1 or no runs in each of the first 2 games of a postseason series. The last time it happened was at the hands of the Dodgers pitching in 1983 NLCS. Before that, it was a trio of teams in the 81 Division Series. Dodgers again, along with the A's and Astros. For those of you keeping score at home, that's 5 instances in the past 50 years, 3 of them by your Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, just how dominant was Yamamoto? Well, he didn't allow an opponent to bat with a runner in scoring position. That's for starters. That's huge. And he became just the 4th pitcher to allow a leadoff home run and throw a complete game in postseason history. That's according to Elias Sports Bureau. He joined Johnny Antonelli in the 54 World Series Game 2, Johnny Beasley in the 42 World Series Game 5, and Babe Adams in 1909 World Series Game 5. Only Yamamoto and Antonelli also allowed no other runs along the way. That's amazing. You're listening to 100 years worth of history here, man. This guy's making history. How about Max Muncy becoming the all-time Dodger home run leader in postseason games? Nobody has more than Max now. Has 14 home runs in postseason, and I just mentioned that beats Justin Turner by 1 home run. I'm not sure if I heard this one correctly. This was the most astounding stat I heard all night. Tell me if you heard this one. I'm not sure I heard it correctly, so pardon me if I'm wrong. I think I'm right. Only 4 men, not just 4 Dodgers, but 4 men. Only 4 men have pitched postseason games allowing 3 or less hits and going all 9 innings. And you know who the 4 guys are? Don Drysdale. That's got to be the 63 World Series. Sandy Koufax in the 65 World Series. Hershiser in 88, Yamamoto yesterday. Now, is that just me, or was that the only guys in history that have done that? Or is that just Dodgers? I don't know. But those are 4 pretty good guys. I'm telling you. All right, and the last stat, as always, had to do it because I'm the only guy you're going to hear this from. Nobody is talking about this but this guy. Jack in the Box Jumbo Jack Watch. Anytime the Dodger pitching staff records 7 strikeouts in a game, we get free Jumbo Jacks the next day. The team ended the regular season, as we mentioned before. Pitching staff turned the trick of 7 or more Ks 131 times in 162 games. That equals a mark of 80.8 or 81%. That's ahead of last year by far. Now check this out. In postseason so far this year, in the wild card, NLDS, and NLCS, the Dodgers have had 7 games featuring 7 or more strikeouts in 8 games. 7 times in 8 games. That equals 87.5% or almost 88%. That is unbelievable. And we all get free Jumbo Jacks. Shout out to my pal Robin, who loves the Jumbo Jacks, and so do her dogs. All right. For the rest of the postseason, whenever the staff gets 7 or more Ks in a game, all you do is you walk into your neighborly Jack in the Box store in either in LA or Ventura County. They don't tell you that. And all you have to do is say, give me the Dodger deal, please. And when you buy a large drink, you get a free Jumbo Jack, and you can customize it any way you want. Cool deal, man. It's still going on. And by the way, for those of you in LA, also when the Rams get 2 touchdowns or more in a game, free Jumbo Jacks the next day. Only that happens once a week, of course. But Rams get 2 TDs, you get a free Jumbo Jack the next day. So look for that too. All right, quick hit trivia. This is not rocket science here. This is in all the papers. When the World Series begins this year, which is on October 24th, if you're keeping score at home, home field advantage will be had by the club with the best record from the 2025 season of the 2 teams that are in the World Series. Now, we don't know who's going to be in the World Series yet. We have a pretty good chance, right? Well, of the 4 teams in the NLCS and ALCS, there's 4 teams in the LCS of the National League. Let's back up. of the 4 teams in the LCS series, 2 in the National League, 2 in the American League, going on now. The question for you today is, who had the best records from each league who are still in this thing? Who are the best records in each league of the 4 LCS teams involved in the National American League Championship Series? That's your question. We'll answer it in just a few minutes. All right, let's get you out to the ballpark. Dodgers are coming home today, and of course I'm recording this on Wednesday. So Thursday, Game 3 of the NLCS. It's Milwaukee at Los Angeles. It's going to be Tyler Glasnow. And at this late date, the Brewers haven't really announced yet who their pitchers are. Want me to check real late? Let's see. It's late. It's already 7:20 at night. Let's see if they're showing me who's going to be pitching for the Brewers tomorrow. Come on, Pat Murphy, get your act together and tell us what's going on here. They showing anybody yet? I don't see it. It's not coming up. I don't see it. Nope, still TBD, man. Still TBD. All right, they're going to have trouble with their pitching staff because they had to use a lot of guys against us. So it's going to be Tyler Glasnow for sure. It's a 3:08 game on TBS tomorrow, okay? 3:08 on TBS. Cheryl alert, national TV, TBS. Got it? Okay. Game 4 is Friday. It's a 5:38 game on TBS. All we know right now is Ohtani's pitching. So Shohei Ohtani goes on Friday. Got that? All right, that's Game 4. Game 5 is going to be on Saturday. No pitchers have been scheduled beyond that game, beyond Game 4. So all we know is it's a 5:08 game on Friday on TBS, True TV, and HBO Max. And Monday, they're back in Milwaukee if needed, and we'll talk about that on a day-off edition of Let's Talk Dodgers, probably on Sunday. So there you go. And if there's a Game 7, that'll be Tuesday in Milwaukee if needed. All right. And as I mentioned, the World Series starts on October the 24th on where? Big Fox. That's right. And if you didn't get any of that, just rewind and watch it again. All right, the quick hit trivia answer now. We didn't go too far for this one. This is a pretty easy one, I think. A few minutes ago, we told you that when the World Series begins this year, home field advantage will be had by the club with the best record of the 2 that are in the World Series. We don't know who's going to be there yet because we're still playing the LCSs. But anybody know who's got the best in the National League? Yeah, you should know because the Brewers had the best in the National League. So they have 97 wins. If they don't make the World Series, the Dodgers in the World Series, Dodgers will have 93 wins. Okay, so we could be the home field. In the American League, the Blue Jays won 94 games. So if they get in, it's going to be them no matter if we're in it or not. Well, unless the Brewers get in with the Blue Jays. If it's a Blue Jays-Brewers World Series, the Brewers would be the home team. And Seattle only had 90 wins, so it's the Dodgers in Seattle, then the Dodgers would be the home team with home field advantage. If it's the Brewers in Seattle, then it's the Brewers and Blue Jays, it's the Brewers. So those are the tallies. In the National League, the most wins were had by the Brewers. In the American League, it was the Blue Jays. All right, let's see what happens here. Other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team on our Facebook page from time to time, so check back often. Today, I'm leaving this show. I don't hear anybody cheering. Come on, were you born in this country?
Were you born in this country? What? Were you born in this country? No, Milwaukee.
All right. I'm leaving this show as your present today, but if we have another off day on Sunday and we do the show, I'll put some other content. If I find something neat between now and the end of the night, maybe I'll throw something in there. I haven't seen too much. Maybe the highlights from yesterday's game, I'll do that. All right. Anyway, talk with you again soon, probably on Sunday, or if the series ends before that, I'll be back humming like you will. I'll be running around, jumping around, throwing my hat in the air, and throwing everything on me, throwing my newspaper in the air. Anyway, that's going to do it. I'm Randy O'Hare. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by. Tell all your friends where we are. We're right here on Let's Talk Dodgers.
Play ball!
Now let's get another one of these world champions. Another parade, too.